Hey folks, it's October the 5th and out here with the dog reclaiming pasture land. So I think in some videos earlier in the summer I panned the camera around and I showed you the last area on the property that had any amount of grass growing. And at one time this was a farm. I actually met an individual there who has a few camps down the river, upriver from me, and he had said that he remembers the farm that was over here, and he'd be in his 70s. So sometime in the last 70 years, the land here was farmed. I'll show you also some rock formations where they had gone around and cleared their pasture land and pulled all the rock back. And the fella that did this made columns running up here along the property line and then cutting along this way along the field. And I think that was a way of just clearing it, obviously, for your pasture or whatever you're planting. And it may have also made a natural barrier for your animals, livestock and things like that, that you could fence it off somehow using the rock and maybe minimal amount of fencing. So anyways, today I'm going with the bush cutters, and I've cut down several hundred poplar trees that are springing up everywhere over here on this field. Everywhere I turn, they're taking over, and I think they end up pulling the nutrient up out of the soil and choking out the grass, and they're ruining the pasture land over here. So I'm going around and just, I'll show you the devastation here in a minute, but I'm just going everywhere and cutting these down out of the way. And then what I've done this year is I got some old hay out of a friend's barn, and I spread this all over the area. So I'm hoping, somebody had said that this should have seed in it. And I'm hoping that between the hay and the additional seed that I'm throwing down this year and all the competition that I'm pulling out in terms of poplar trees and other bushes and stuff, woody stuff that I'm cutting down, that this is going to revitalize the field a bit next year. I'm also hoping to continue bringing in hay and horse manure and things like that, cow manure if I can get it. And that's what I'm going to spread along this field, so that I'm continually adding more seed, more plant material to break down and feed nutrient and manure from farm type animals that would stimulate the growth of this. Hopefully over the next few years I'm going to show some progress, that this is going to come back from this wooded area I'm about to show you back into nice pasture. And then the long-term plan there obviously is that if I ever get over here full time and get a barn built and things like that, then I could come down here and have some livestock. So here's what we cut down. And you can see all the small poplars now that are down on the ground everywhere. You can see where there's grasses growing in here still. This is what we're hoping to bring back. There's a lookout across the larger area of what is left of our pasture land through there. Our gardens are over on the far end. Out there is where we grew our potatoes. And the whole pasture would have gone up here originally quite a ways to where I hit the rock formation that comes over and then comes down the property line here through that tree line. And if I go back over here, you can see the remains of the rock here that he piled up. So this is left over from clearing this field at one time and runs all down through here. And I believe he has another column that runs out along here that I found somewhere in through there. So that's it. I just wanted to show you guys what we're doing here. I'm going to continue clearing out all of these birch trees and poplar trees. I'm going to look into transplanting some of the pine trees and stuff here. I'm not sure if there's any money in those, but I might uproot some of them and put them in pots and try to sell them for a little bit of money. And but my main goal here is to try to get this back to the grassland that it once was, that you can see through here. and hopefully that project will work out as well. Thanks for watching. Until next time.